As I sit here late Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we are very likely going to attack Iran through Israel, perhaps us too. We have 6 of the 20 B-2 bombers available at Diego Garcia base, a base we split with the British in the Indian Ocean, poised to attack. And Trump's 60 days that he gave Iran to negotiate, his 60 days, literally April 12th is when he said 60 days. June 12th, which, let's see, I'm looking at my class. That literally is Thursday. Now, will he attack? They have a fifth, I think, round of negotiations this weekend. All Iran does and has done for decades and is doing is stalling. It's stalling so it can continue to harden its protections against bombs, particularly the bunker buster, and the only one in the world that can get down as deep as it needs to get. And it will not get the entire nuclear program. Make no mistake, it will not get it all. But the only bomb that can go that deep is the United States' latest version of its bunker buster. And the only plane that can deliver that is a B 2. Will an Israeli pilot fly a B 2? Will we fly a B 2 in a joint exercise with Israel? Will Israel do something that we don't know about that it can do with weapons that we've given them, or perhaps train them on a B 2? Who knows? Who or how it's going to be delivered? I think it's going to happen. It must happen, though. Whether it does or doesn't, I think it's going to happen. It must happen. More details from CBS News, who had this exclusive tonight. First, I'm going to play Trump, who this evening, Wednesday night into Thursday, is at the Kennedy Center for a big play. It's first big night after Trump kind of took it all over for the better. Here's Trump tonight at that as he's going into the Kennedy Center.
Yes, a question from Newsmax. Could you provide an update on Iran? We're hearing reports that U.S. personnel are being moved out of the region within striking distance.
Well, they are being moved out because it could be a dangerous place, and we'll see what happens. But they are been. We've given notice to move out. We'll see what happens.
Is there anything that could be done to dial the temperature down in the region?
They can't have a nuclear weapon. Very simply, they can't have a nuclear weapon. We're not going to allow that.
Mr. President.
Mark Levin, who is a rabid advocate of attacking Iran, and I am too. I don't always agree with the great one, Mr. Producer. You big dummy. My Levin impersonation. Excuse me. But he sat down and had a one-on-one meeting with him. Rupert Murdoch, who's in charge of the whole empire, if you will, of Fox and the Wall Street Journal, New York Post, and many others. He apparently let his wishes be known, and others. But here's the key thing. Non-essential personnel from the United States Embassy in Baghdad, non-essential personnel that are on military bases across the Middle East have been encouraged to evacuate. That is interesting. These all appear to be within striking distance of Iran, who has ballistic missiles, not intercontinental ballistic missiles, but that's the next thing they got to do after they've finished building their nuclear. They have enough nuclear fissile material to make 10 bombs. Enough said. Let me read from CBS News and their breaking news story Wednesday evening. Israel is fully ready to launch an operation into Iran. Headline says, Israel poised to launch operation on Iran. U.S. anticipates Iran could retaliate on certain American sites in neighboring Iraq. Non-emergency government officials exit Iraq. Military family members voluntarily leave Middle East. Iran's defense minister says, here's the threat. If we attack, the IRCG, Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, will target U.S. bases in host countries. Don't worry, we'll pound the living. They have no air defenses for the most part. Israel's destroyed them in previous attacks in the past several months, past year and a half since the whole war began with the invasion of Hamas, paid for, trained, and funded, and everything executed by Iran through its proxy Hamas. By the way, also Hezbollah, Hamas has been insanely neutered. Hezbollah to the north in Lebanon has been insanely neutered. We just blew up. Israel just blew up a factory where they were reneging on their negotiations. They were building more weapons. That's gone. It was in a Beirut suburb, which Biden used to tell them, don't do that. And then also Syria. We have deals with Syria and we're working on a deal to get Israel related with in relations with Syria, which is crazy. But and the former Islamist, I think he's still an Islamist, runs Syria now. But if we can have it to the benefit of us, we'll take it. And so it's all set up for this to happen. And Iran has enough nuclear fissile material to make, I think, 6 to 10 warheads. Then they would need they can produce that and put that together within a week, less than a week, basically. And then 6 months, depending on who you ask, 3 months, 6 months, max a year, they need to put the warheads on a ballistic missile that they will have developed. Can't happen, must attack. I want this attack to happen. My fear is that Trump's going to play games and allow this to continue to fester for a month or two or three. We cannot. Trump doesn't want to have to do this. He has to. The time is now. It's Biden and Obama's fault. It is what it is. Here we are. Finish the freaking job. I would play bomb, bomb, bomb Iran, but I got other things. Like, get your popcorn out. And I want you to have your popcorn out. Here we go. We're going to do a little fun game with CNN and with all the crap on the riots in Los Angeles. Here's CNN. This is the best. This is the best clown show. Here's CNN. There are no riots.
I know you live in LA. I literally left Los Angeles Sunday night. What is happening in Los Angeles and the way it is being depicted is not accurate. We're talking about a square mile.
Don't look at the lower part of your screen and see the rioting, the Mexican flags, the burning cars, the chunks of bricks being thrown over overpasses. Ignore the video of the California Highway Patrol stuck underneath an overpass on what is it called? The 110 or 101? 101? Ignore that. Ignore all that. No.
Out of a 500 square mile city. Most people are not experiencing it the way we are showing it on television.
People are not seeing anything. Oh my gosh, it's not happening.
And I think we have to be very careful because there are not riots in the street. There are some bad actors, and they need to be held accountable. But we have to be careful with the language you use because if we say riots, we cause unnecessary fear. And the real fear is when military people start flooding our streets.
Oh my gosh, I can't. All right, I'll finish this. This woman's mentally ill, and she's a clown show. She's funny, actually.
I literally left Los Angeles.
Oh, okay, that's it. The LA police chief, he makes the case for why Trump brought in the military and how they were overwhelmed. They couldn't handle themselves. Deadly weapons being used against them. And by the way, this is 3 days ago. Actually, 4 days ago.
The first night was bad. What we've seen subsequent to that is getting increasingly worse and more violent. Tonight we had individuals out there shooting commercial-grade fireworks at our officers. That can kill you. And we have adapted our tactics to be able to have a chance to be able to take these people into custody and to be able to hold them accountable. We are overwhelmed.
We're overwhelmed because Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass wouldn't let them do what they needed to do at the beginning because they would not cooperate with ICE until they were physically being attacked and rioting was going on and assaults on buildings were happening. Then they were allowed to step in. It was too late. Trump called Gavin Newsom at 10:23 p.m. California time, which is 1:23 a.m., which is Saturday, and said, quote, "Get your ass in gear," quote, because Gavin's a little boy and Donald Trump is a real man. And Donald Trump has to be the man to tell him, you're a little boy, act like a man. And he didn't. Instead, he waited for more violence. Trump did his job, wiped his butt for him like a little baby. And then Gavin Newsom said, you're causing violence.
Engaged in this type of activity and the type of things that they're doing, they'll take backpacks, and the backpack will have a cinder block in it. They have a hammer, and they'll break up the cinder block and use that, pass it around to throw at officers, to throw at cars, and throw at other people.
All right, so let's shift gears. I know that your mom and your teachers, like my gym teacher in 8th grade told me, I'll never forget you, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Well, we found one. Here we go. It's about the riots. Here it is.
It's very clear for the president what he supports and what he does not. Unfortunately for Democrats, that line has not been made clear, and they've allowed this unrest and this violence to continue, and the president has had to step in.
So if there were peaceful protests on Saturday for the military parade, President Trump would allow that?
Of course, the president supports peaceful protests. What a stupid question. Raquel.
Thank you so much, Caroline.
Woo! We found a stupid question. Ding, ding, ding. You're the winner. Okay. Couple of things on ICE and the riots. Governor Abbott is deploying the National Guard ahead of anti-ICE protests in San Antonio and also in he's not telling all the locations. Abbott says he wouldn't tell us on where the troops are going to be going because you don't want them to know. They're going to show up when they need to. Austin the other day, tear gas, pepper spray, projectiles. San Antonio's mayor Nuremberg, who's a real leftist turd, he said I wasn't consulted. You're darn right because you love the illegals. ICE also arrested a previously deported illegal from Mexico caught in the riots with a Molotov cocktail trying to throw and burn alive an officer. He was charged with attempted murder, prior arrest in Long Beach, California for DWI, and grand theft in Anaheim, California. That's who the Democrats say these are peaceful protesters. Oh, a couple other quick things. Elon Musk called and made nicey with Trump today. That's great. Good. Simone Biles' husband stepping in to help her out in this argument with Riley Gaines. No problem. I want to see you and Simone, husband and wife, compete against each other. We'll see how that plays out. And gosh, so much more, but time has run out. More tomorrow.